Hello, I'm Rob Sawyer. I bring you greetings from my land of Canada, where it is cold and snowy. I am delighted to be here in your sunny land of Turkey. I want to talk about the science fiction mindset in business. And to start off, I just want to make a very clear distinction here, because it's not always understood that there's a difference between science fiction and fantasy. Fantasy is things that never could happen. Science fiction is things that plausibly might happen. So we're not talking about magic, we're not talking about Lord of the Rings, we're talking about people who have actually made their livings trying to think ahead in the decades to come. We have done as science fiction writers. The key to the science fiction vision is not asking what if, although we often do ask that question, but rather wondering if this goes on. Science fiction is a literature about identifying existing trends and extrapolating them forward into the future. But only a science fiction writer might have predicted the traffic jam. Our job is to think about the things that are not immediately obvious. Anyone could have predicted the airplane, but only a science fiction writer with the kind of mindset that I'm going to try and train you in might have predicted hijacking of airplanes, or frequent flyer miles, loyalty programs for air travelers, or indeed, next, airport lounges. The notion when the Wright brothers invented the airplane 100 years ago, they never dreamed that there would be a need for luxury accommodations while people waited to change flights. The science fiction writer's job is for technologies that exist today or are on the drawing boards in our labs and our universities to try and bring us to the point where we have this sort of level of prediction. Clarke's law was any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. That means that technology will seem wondrous and amazing, so much so that it's beyond the understanding of the average person once it reaches a sufficient level of complexity. In the years between 2020, the next 20 years, 2000 and 2020, we will make as much progress because of this doubling effect every 18 months as we did in all of the 20th century. Everything from 1901 to 2000, we will do that much in the years, the 20 years that we're in the middle of right now, 2000 to 2020, next. We'll do as much again in the next 14 years after that, a 20th century's worth of progress in just 14 years. Next. We'll do another 20th century's worth of progress in the 7 years after that, between 2034 and 2041. This is the acceleration. Centuries of progress in mere decades. That means that in this century, we will cure cancer and all other diseases, including even the one that so far has ultimately gotten all of us, old age. Even without any progress in medicine, a child born today will surely live to see the 22nd century, and I'm willing to bet even money that they'll live to see the 23rd century, which is the era of Captain Kirk's Star Trek as well. Sir Isaac Newton has said, "If I have seen farther than those who went before me, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants." We stand on the shoulders of the generation that preceded us, that gave us computers and an understanding of DNA, and that's why we will see so much farther. Now, as I've made abundantly clear, I'm a science fiction writer. We can all take an active role in making sure that this century and all the centuries that follow are positive, wonderful, wondrous, for all of humanity. We may not be, as we say our scientific name, Homo sapiens. We may not be man of wisdom yet, but we will become so in the next few decades. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.